Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com. I'm excited. This was a really fun card that I'm going to share with you today. So I want to just dive right in. Plus I have some information to share with you all about some in colors that will be leaving us in a couple months, and I just want to make sure that you're aware of the fact that they're leaving. So lots of news, and this card, you'll want to stick around. It's really fun. It's a little detailed in putting together, but you're going to enjoy it a lot. So hi, Linda and Mary Jo are here. Thank you so much for joining. I am live on Facebook on March 27th, 2019. And so if you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably catching the replay, which is fine. Or if you're catching this on a different day, please go ahead and comment anyways. I love to see your comments. I love to hear where you're from. I love to hear little funny snippets, extra helpful hints that I forget to give. Please join in the conversation. So good morning, Kathy Sanford's here, Vicki Spicer, hi, Trudy Oliver. Hi you guys, thanks for joining in. This is great. I love live videos. It's so interactive and fun. My only issue is that if I don't have a helper with me, I miss a lot of comments because I'm looking down at my desk and I'm diving into the project and I forget to read them. So I just really get into the stamping because I love it so much. All right, so this is a fun shaker. Hey, Don. It's called a tool shaker, and the great thing about this tool shaker card is that it's flat. So it's really easy to mail. You don't need that extra postage if you make everything flat. In fact, the card that I'm going to share today just requires one forever stamp. It's awesome, and it's really pretty. Hey, Catherine Miller, how are you? Okay, so before I dive in, I want to talk about prizes because we do draw for prizes at the end of the broadcast. And if you are somebody that comments, like a lot of you are doing right now, telling me where you're from and just saying hello, that is awesome. You get into the drawing. You also get into the drawing if you share this video and you comment that you shared. So every comment will help you to get in, not necessarily like commenting more, because each person just gets one opportunity, but the more you comment, the more conversational and fun it is anyways, right? I need to get a partner who can help me read all of these things. You guys are just chiming in. This is awesome. People from Tucson. Hi, Barbara. This is great. From Washington, Donna. Thanks for joining. There's Tiffany Anderson again. Hi. So awesome. Okay, another thing about the prizes is because I'm a U.S. demo, I can only mail product prizes to people who live in the U.S. But if you do not live in the U.S. and your name is drawn as a prize winner, I can mail you a card, and then I'll pick another prize winner. If I don't know at the time that that person doesn't live in the U.S., I'll pick another prize winner the next time, because we draw one prize winner this time while I'm live, and then the next time I broadcast, I pick a second winner from this particular broadcast. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to last week's at the end of this, and we're going to draw for a second prize winner from that video, and then we'll draw a first prize winner from this one. And there's some fun prizes today, as always, but this time you actually get a choice of 3 different prizes for 2 winners. So every winner gets a choice that way. You guys, this is so fun. I love seeing your names come through. There's Jan. Hi, Jan. Awesome. All right, so let's move to the computer so that you can see the supplies that we are going to be, oops, I need to do something with my little video here. Hang on, because I am too big, and I'm going to move myself over. There we go. All right, so now you can see the supplies that we're going to be using. We have the Climbing Orchid stamp set and Orchid Builder Framelits. I have to admit, I love this set, and I love the framelits, and they've been sitting on my shelf, not being used. It's really sad. So I finally got them out because spring is in the air. We're getting close to 70-degree temperatures today. The sun is shining. It's really nice outside. And I'm in the mood for flowers. And this set is, oh my gosh, to die for. It is beautiful. I can't wait to show it to you. We're also going to be using the layering circle framelits. Now, I took the time to stamp and die cut a lot of these pieces ahead of time because there's it takes a while to make the shaker part, and I don't want to lose you guys by broadcasting for an hour. So I did a lot of the stamping beforehand. So for those of you that are new to stamping, just know that you can look on past videos to see how to do all this stuff. There's some basics that I've shared in other videos, but this isn't a really basics video. You can see all the other supplies here. There's quite a few fun colors that we're going to be using, some tools like the Big Shot, paper snips, bone folder, take your pick. You can see them all in here. And then on this side are the measurements. Oh, look at that. I have my title highlighted. How wonderful. There we go. If you would like to take a screenshot of this, you certainly can. But I want to let you know that I will post this on my blog with the measurements and supplies so that you can copy it from there instead, okay? So feel free to take a screenshot if you know how to do that. And now we're going to move back to our desktop. Let me get that set up for you. I have to move my picture over a little bit here. Hang on. Okay, we're ready. Here we go. This is fun. Some of you are joining at Onstage. Deb, another day closer to Onstage Minneapolis. Yay! Onstage is the convention that us Stampin' Up! Demonstrators go to twice a year. And there's a lot of us that are revved up and ready to go to it. Here is the Climbing Orchid stamp set. Is this fun or what? So rather than hand or fussy cutting all of those dies, let me show you. You can buy them together, or I'm sorry, all those stamps, you can buy them together with the dies. So these dies layer over these images when you've stamped them on your cardstock, and then you can cut them in the Big Shot. And you've got beautiful pieces like here, this right here, 2 pieces, and you can layer them. That's why they're called the layering or Climbing Orchid and then Layering Orchid Framelits. So fun. That way you can get lots of dimension. You can curl the petals up. You can, pop things up on dimensionals. You can really get some beautiful floral stuff with that. Plus it comes with a couple sentiments, so that's good too. I'm so sad I'm missing some of your comments because I'm so chatty. I just keep talking. All right, we're also going to be using the Layering Circle Framelits. And these are wonderful because, oh, my picture is really big. It's taken up a lot of room there. Let me try to shrink that down a little bit. Okay, there, now I'm in the corner better. Okay, a little bit further over. These framelits have scallop circles and they have smooth edge circles. So you can take and layer them together and have a fun little layered look with, kind of that scallop thing coming behind it or whatever you want to do. I'm going to be using the second to the largest smooth one for this card. And I'm going to show you too the difference between using that and the 2 1/4 inch circle punch, which would be great, but I'll show you why it doesn't work too well with my design. So let's start by cutting our cardstock. And we want to cut it to a half a sheet, and you can cut it in 2 different directions. This is an 8.5 by 11 piece of Whisper White thick cardstock. You could cut it in half this way and fold that piece over, or you can cut it in half this way, the long way, and fold it over like that. We're going to have the long way, but it doesn't matter really with this card. It will look great either way. So we're going to slice it. This is 8.5 inches. We're going to slice it at 4 1/4 with our cutting blade, and then we're going to set that one aside so we can use the scraps for stamping. And then this piece is going to be positioned at the 5.5 inch mark, and we're going to use the scoring blade instead. And I mark my scoring blade with the word score because this one you change in and out a lot on a trimmer like this. This is the part that gets worn down. So I just leave this one labeled, and my cutting blade I have to replace all the time. So now I've got a score line in there, and that is great because now I can easily fold my card in half, and I've got a wonderful card base ready to go. I'm just going to tuck that away for a minute because now we need to also cut down our designer paper. I love it. You guys are still saying hello. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Hi, Maureen. All the way from New York. I love it. And I love that people like all the way around the world can join in too. I don't know what time it is in Australia right now or Europe or whatever, but I do love it, You know, even if you're not live, I love it when you tell me that you're from all the way around the world. It's so fun. Technology is awesome. Let's move this into the 4-inch mark because now we're going to make a layer on top of our card that is 4 inches, which is slightly smaller than the width of our card here. This is 4 1/4. This is 5 1/2. So we're going to make this one a 1/4 inch smaller here. We're going to make that one 5 1/4. Hey, Sally. Hey, Joanne's with us. Hi, Joanne. All right, so now I've got my 2 layers. I'm going to set this on my desktop back here. All right, so now you can see we've got our 2 pieces ready to go, and I'm going to bring in the big shot. I want to show you real quickly the importance of having things centered on this card. If you have it centered when you first do your cutting, because we're going to cut 2 layers together, then you won't have to worry about anything looking bad later. When you cut them together, you're kind of permanently saying this is where my paper is going to go, but you don't want to tape it down. So we're going to hold it real still in place. You can see it's perfectly centered onto my Whisper White. In the UK, it's nearly past 4 in the afternoon. Thank you. And I need to figure out how to say your name. Nori, I think. Nuri? It's a beautiful name. Thank you so much for letting us know. All right, so now I'm going to open up the card. I'm going to grab the Big Shot tool. I've seen your name come up before, so I should know it, right? We've got the magnetic platform on here, but when you get the ooh, that's really bright. Hang on a minute. It's this black there, if we move some of the black out of there. Okay, when you get the Big Shot, you get a platform that has an adapter. We need more stuff in here. Hang on. Oh my goodness, it's bright. Holy moly. Gotta love it. Okay, that's better. It comes with a platform that has an adapter die that is just as thick as this magnetic platform, but I really love that you can also get this added magnetic platform as an accessory on the side because it pulls on the metal of the dies to help you to hold things in place. So I didn't list it in the supplies because you don't need it, but it's a nice little perk. Maybe I'll put that on my blog post if you want to come back when I post it on my blog. Okay, we're going to set that right there. Now what I've got here is the platform, and then I've got one cutting mat underneath it. I'm going to grab this circle die, and I'm going to put it down so it's got about the same distance from the top of the card and the side of the cards here, the sides of the card here. We want to fill in on the bottom with our orchids, so we need some room down there, but we want the rest to kind of look centered up there. So now I'm going to put this on top, making sure nothing moves, and we'll run it through the Big Shot. And at this point, I'm going to move it a little bit further in. Oh yes, good. It's not as bad as far as, now it's going to get bad because we're going to see lots of more black. The camera, it just brightens things up with that black, doesn't it? I don't know why it does that. Somebody who's into photography, let me know. I don't know what I can do to make it better. All right, so we've cut through 2 layers, and with a die like this, you can certainly cut through 2 layers very easily, especially if it's designer paper and a piece of cardstock. But if you start cutting through multiple layers of cardstock with these type of thin dies, it's not going to work very well. The thicker it gets, the harder it is to cut. So we're going to now take and leave this in place. This gets discarded. We don't need that. Save it for something else. But we don't want to move this quite yet. We're going to need that. So I'm going to set the Big Shot aside. And right now at this point, I'm going to show you why the 2 1/4 inch circle punch doesn't work as well. Okay? The second one was perfect. Nuri. Okay, good, good. Thank you. So you can see it stops me at a certain point. I can't go much further in. So this circle punch, if I were to use it, it would stop kind of off to the side, and it just doesn't give it as, I don't know, it doesn't give it the look I want. So, because I need some extra edges around the side for the taping. So now that I've got that all in place, I am going to flip this over like that, and I'm going to start taping with my tear and tape. Oh, not yet. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I wrote myself a little post-it note reminder that you guys don't see. It's right here. Hang on, I'll show it to you. See, got to have those little reminders. The next step is to stamp. I didn't do that on one card, and I'll show you that card. It was really, I decided to stamp on the bottom instead. But right now, since we have that hole open, let's do the stamping. So take your bone folder, give it a good crease. That way it lays a little bit flatter. And we're going to bring in Granny Apple Green. Now this here is Lemon Lime Twist. I flipped that over, didn't I? Yes. Lemon Lime Twist is this color, and this is Granny Apple Green. They go really well together. They're kind of like some fun, bright, festive green colors for spring. Yay. And now I'm going to grab my stamp. Here it is. It says Enjoy Today, which could be for all kinds of celebrations. And we're going to stamp that right in the center here. I'm so glad I remembered this, because seriously, this is not a fun thing to forget to do. There we go. Hey Sandy from Utah, how are ya? Okay, we're going to set that aside, and we'll move this ink aside. Okay, now we're ready to put the tape on. And tear and tape adhesive is your friend for these tool shaker cards. You want to do little sections, and isn't this awesome? You can just tear and tape. It's really fun. You're going to go all the way around as close to the edge without going over as possible. You'll do that on this side, and you'll do that on this side, all the way around, like that. And you want to have them close together too. Now, I'm going to stamp one more time because this card is not as far finished as my other one, which I'm doing in powder pink. So I'm bringing these in for a minute. We're going to do the stamping again because I don't want to forget to do that. You're like, you're changing it up on me. Why are we doing powder pink now? Well, because I'm short on these colors and I only had one of each. So sorry about that, you guys. There's our Enjoy Today. Now we're ready. So these have been taped already, and this one actually has the tool on it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Let's see. Maybe if I put some black underneath. I'll put some black. Here, hang on a minute. We'll grab our, there, can you see that a little? There, now you can see it a little bit. So I've already stuck the tool, which is like a screen window, only it's made out of a softer fabric, so it's not wiry. But it has the same size holes. It's really tiny holes, and you get it at the fabric store. We don't sell it. Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell it. But I've had two friends now who have gifted me plenty of tulle. You buy it, and it goes a long way, unless you're Rachel, because Rachel makes a lot of these cards. I am so loving it. So we're going to go ahead, and we're just going to bring this in, and we're going to add tulle to our other piece. So we're going to grab our Take Your Pick tool. Hi, Vicki. I'm glad you didn't miss it. Good morning. And we're going to lift away these pieces here. And I kind of pulled them up already, so it makes it a little bit easier to grab at. So your Take Your Pick tool is your best friend on a tool shaker card. They're both spelled differently. This is a T-O-O-L. And tool is spelled T-U-L-L-E, the kind of tool that we're using for the window. We're not using acetate or window sheets. Those kinds of shaker cards involve you needing to lift and make a space because there's friction and static, and then you need that real thick kind of tape to make your sandwich between the two layers of window sheets. It makes a great shaker, but it's thick. This kind of shaker, totally flat. It's awesome. Now, we're going to grab our tool, and we're just going to lay it down so that it's covering right up to the edge here. I think I have too much. This is where my reading glasses would have come in handy, but I didn't put them on top of my head today. All right, so now we're going to take our long-handled scissors. I wrote that in the, or long-bladed scissors. I wrote that in the supplies because now you need an excuse to go to the fabric store. I love it, Catherine. Because it's much easier to get in there with this kind of scissors than it is your small paper snips. So if you have a long long blades on a scissors, grab that, okay? And we just wrapped, so my friend Vicki, so Verla gave me a bunch. She wrapped around some cardboard and sent it to me. Thank you, Verla. And Vicki also gave me some, and we wrapped it around a toilet paper tube. So the fewer folds, the easier it is. Now, if you can see, I don't have the tool interfering with the edges of my card. I want to make sure that it's not really close to the edges because we need a good seal on it. So this is probably the 5th shaker I've made. God, I love these. I'm so in love with this kind of card. Okay, now we have tulle on both of our little window areas, but we're not done yet. Now we have to go and bring in some more tear and tape. So you can see why I skipped forward a little bit when I did that first green card with the lemon lime twist color, because it does take a while. But the reason why we're adding this extra layer of adhesive is because I tried it without doing this. There was a video by Jennifer McGuire that you can watch. She did a tulle shaker, and I think it was recorded about a year ago. But her tulle shaker, she must have had a different kind of tape because her tape held it very well. Ours might not be as spongy or something because it doesn't come through the holes of the tulle as well. So you almost need one more layer, which is why we're doing it, one more layer of adhesive around the window. So you get the adhesive to hold the tulle on this one, adhesive to hold the tulle on this one, and then between them, you're gonna have that adhesive. And then we're gonna put adhesive even in another spot. We're gonna make sure that those sequins do not fall out. What I'm doing right now, and what you'll wanna do after each layer of adhesive, is you wanna press really hard onto your tear and tape. Just rub it down really hard. That's called burnishing. And then you're going to take your pick tool again, and we're going to dig at those backings on our adhesive to pull them up. This is fun stuff, you guys. Tear and tape adhesive. In fact, this stuff came in, there was a tear and tape adhesive roll that came in our last paper pumpkin kit. So exciting. Because I love that we get adhesives in those kits too, but I think that was the first time they've ever put a roll of tear and tape in there. And it's awesome tape. It's great for the 3D stuff because it's super strong. So if you have like a box or a pop-out card or something like that, it just really, really helps to hold things. Okay. Do you notice that I'm using powder pink, lemon lime twist? I kind of gave a hint to it at the beginning. I'm using in colors from the 2017 through 19 in color collection. And you'll notice the end of that date is 2019. That's because those colors have had almost their 2-year span of time. They're almost done. So they're going to be leaving us the end of this annual catalog. And every year, when the retiring list gets posted, which this year it will be April 15th, those colors sell out. They sell out fast because people realize, oh my gosh, I have that cardstock, but I didn't get the ink. Or, oh my gosh, I have that ink, but I didn't get the refill. So I want you to keep that in mind. If you are somebody that has collected any of the 2017 through 2019 in colors, those would be Fresh Fig, Berry Burst, Lemon Lime Twist, and Powder Pink, and what's the last one I didn't say? Lemon Lime Twist, Fresh Fig, Berry Burst, oh, Tranquil Tide. If you have any of those colors in cardstocks or inks or whatever, you'll want to start thinking about placing an order between now and April 15th when the list gets posted, because after April 15th, it's slim pickings, I'll tell you. And you can find them in the online store. You can do a search by color. If I remember, I'll try to show you that. All right, we've got our tape ready. Okay, the next step is to add the sequins. So I'm going to bring in our iridescent sequin assortment. And you can see I am so in love with these shaker cards that I'm super low on my sequins. I have about 2 cards worth left here. So sad. We're going to put a good pinch or 3 of this in here. And then we're going to use our take your pick tool. I am not going to grab that with my fingers because I'm going to get stuck. And then what's going to happen, if I grab this with my fingers is, yeah, you can rotate this out. There we go. Is I'm going to get stuck on the tape like that. And it's all going to lift up and the sequins are going to fly everywhere. And then you're going to have them stuck to your tape. Just be careful because I did that and it was a mess. It took me forever, forever to get those off. All right, now we're going to set that aside for just a second because I'm going to bring in some of these white ones from the Metallics collection. So here's another great thing about the Take Your Pick tool and sequins is you can use this little gummy end and you can grab, it's a little long, hang on, I'm going to trim off the end. You can grab these sequins and pick them up. It's awesome. One at a time. Like that. So we're adding just a little bit more pink color in there. There is a pink in there. Oops, I got a gold on that one. Hang on. Stuck to the other one. You can see that there's a little pink in there already, but I just wanted kind of that real pretty sheen on the white that kind of has that pink look too. So we added a few of those in there. And now we're ready to sandwich it together. Okay? So we're going to take our piece and we're going to flip it over. And there's no static. This is awesome. So you won't be seeing little sequins come popping up at your window, which you do see on the clear acetate window sheet kind of shakers. All right. I think I'm getting it down right. I always have to stamp at an angle when I'm sharing this with you guys on these Facebook Lives. So it goes a little bit slower than if I were to, you know, be hovering right over it and do it right on the spot. We've got our shaker ready. Did you see none of those little shaker pieces came up and got us? This is so cool. So now we have these shakers. And the tool is slippery. So it actually, those sequins move very freely in there. It's really awesome. Let's bring in a few more colors. I didn't read any comments during that time. Hey, Karen's with us. Hi, Karen. What? You have at least 5 rolls of tulle in different color. Yes, you can get tulle in different colors. I'm using the white, but I know like Verla sent me beige and white, and you can get like metallics even and all kinds of fun stuff. So you missed part of it, Lena? Oh, I'm sorry. You know what though? You'll want to watch it. So go back and watch it for sure, because this is an awesome kind of shaker card. Smoky slate ink, Calypso coral, powder pink, and you know I already used the Granny apple green, if I can pull that over here. These are the colors of inks that I use. Now you'll notice that there's a yellow in here too when I show you these stamped pieces, but I decided not to use the yellow center. So let's grab and just shove them off to the side for a minute. I stamped it in the smoky slate first, the flowers, and then I stamped the center pieces with the powder pink and Calypso coral. And then I've got some green leaves that are stamped Granny apple green onto Granny apple green cardstock. Okay, so let's go ahead and start taping this stuff down. We're going to use the bone folder again, because even though this isn't a 3D pop-up kind of shaker card, it's going to have some dimension when it gets pulled out of the envelope. Okay, thanks, Doreen. Yeah, and you know what? Those of you that are saying you need some tulle, you should all share phone numbers and addresses with each other, because seriously, a little goes a long way. You need to share it. Okay. All right, we got those pieces down. Now let's grab our bone folder. You buy one small roll or whatever, you're gonna have it for life. So share it with people. That's what Vicky and Verla did. I love them. Thank you so much, you two. Okay, now what we're doing is we're curling the flower petals upwards so they have a little bit of pop to them. You can see that. So basically you just take your thumb and the bone folder and you push them together and then you curve as you pull. So I've got them sandwiched together and you curve and pull. Okay, so really it's your wrist that's doing it, but you're holding it together with this. Does that make sense? It's not the actual bone folder. It's your wrist. Pretty cool. Okay, now we've got a little bit of dimension to our fun pieces there. We're going to grab the glue dots because that's a great adhesive to use. When you use glue dots, here's a tip for those of you that use them. Pull them out of the box. When you keep them in the box, the glue dots get stuck on the inside. Pet peeve of mine. Don't keep them in the box. Okay, you can keep them in the box for storing, but only expose the ones you need as you go. Another another supply you'll need is the shimmer ribbon. So let's go ahead and tie that on now. I have 15 inches of this. We're going to tie it on without having any adhesive down. That way we can shift it. Okay, so we've got our ribbon. You know what? I'm going to walk you through it. Might as well. Okay, I do right over left, and then I take this one that was on the right side and I tuck it down. No kinks in the ribbon. I take this one and I turn it up this way. And then I cinch it tight and I put my finger down to hold it. And then I do the top one over the bottom one on the left side. It's coming around the left. And once I have that, I tuck this one that came over through the hole. And this time I don't flip this one. This one stays flat and I pull. And that's how I get that look. Let's take our snips that is assigned to ribbon, okay? Oh yes, thank you. You guys are sharing where you can find it. Yeah, different craft fabric stores or whatever. The wedding, yes, thank you, Kathy. The wedding area is typically where you'll find lots of tulle, especially in the small rolls or whatever, because they use it around seats and to make beautiful little, I don't know, trailing garlands and stuff. Okay, so we've got our ribbon on there. Now I could shift this just by kind of bending my cardstock a little bit, curving it, and I can move it to where I want it to go. I like it there though, so we're gonna leave it there. Now let's grab our adhesive, and keep in mind when you're adding these pieces down, we don't want to put any adhesive on this section because it's going to be showing through the window. So I really just need a little bit right here, like that. And this one's going to get tucked underneath the other one. And I'm not putting it on the sides either because I want these to stay curled up. So don't put the adhesive on the sides either. And then, you know, I think with the big ones, I'll go ahead and use this, but with my smaller ones, I'm going to use glue dots. Thanks for sharing all that. You guys are great at helping each other out. That one's going to go there. And then we'll bring in the glue dots. That's why I have the glue dots. They're a strong adhesive too, so if you can use the glue dots, they are great. Otherwise, you could just use snail this whole time. I guess glue dots would be kind of optional on this card. Okay. Did I miss anything? I think I used all the tools that I said I had listed. I hope so. Here's the finished card. Ta-da! Let's see if we can zoom in. Oh, I did get in the camera. I have my camera positioned in such a weird way here, you guys. So there is one card. This one is made with Berry Burst, so it's the same designer paper. And remember, we were working on this one. This is the Lemon Lime Twist. I'll tuck that under there so you can see Lemon Lime Twist, Berry Burst, Powder Pink. Again, all colors that are leaving in a couple months. And I don't have any finished cards with these, but these two colors are also leaving, Fresh Fig and Tranquil Tide. So don't forget to get those if you need them. Okay. Oh, I have other shakers to share with you too. Yay! All right. So let me show you this. Oh, and let me just mention too, the colors here are Berry Burst for the ink, and I use the other Orchid, Climbing Orchid. So there's two different kinds of orchids in there. There's this one, and then there's this one. So that's why this one looks a little bit different, just because of the stamp images. So this one I did with the Lemon Lime Twist designer paper, but it's using a different stamp set. This one is using the Tropical Chic suite. So it's got the, I think it's called Tropical, let me check. Yep, Tropical Chic stamp set. So it's using that one and the dies that match that. I used Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, and Lemon Lime Twist for the ink colors. And just did my message here. And this is the one where I forgot to stamp in the circle. And I put my thank you down there instead. This one I posted on my blog today as kind of a teaser post to say, hey, come join us on Facebook. So I hope, hey, in fact, if you saw my post on my blog and that kind of said to you, I got to make sure I watch this, will you please say that in the comment section? I would love to know if the blog post brought you into this Facebook Live today. I'm sad too, Amy. You know what though? What happens is we love up those colors for 2 years, because Amy just said she's sad when they retire. We love up those colors for 2 years, but then what they do is they bring in 5 new colors, and we're just like mad crazy about them, right? So Lemon Lime Twist, I might have to have a little funeral. I don't know. This one's going to make me sad unless they bring back another color. I don't know. Granny Apple Green helps me out because it's kind of similar. Okay. Yeah, so get those re-inkers, get those inks, get those things that you need. I think I already talked enough about that. So I'm going to look through my notes here to make sure. Oh, Sale-a-bration. Okay, Sale-a-bration is something that you want to make sure that you are remembering to take advantage of before the end of this month, because it's over. The last day is March 31st, and there's lots of different elements of Sale-a-bration. If you're somebody that's hosting an event, or you're having a big order of $250 or more put in, you get extra freebies. So just know that that $250 mark gets you extra freebies, $25 more. And normally you get 25 free. Now you get 50 free, okay, because 25 and 25 is 50. So, in fact, for Paper Pumpkin subscribers, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber going month to month and you know you love the kits, why don't you get a year's subscription? Pay for it all at once, get those extra freebies from Sale-a-bration, and just up the order to $250 instead of $209, and you'll get $50 in free merchandise. You could get things like the note cards and envelopes, a trimmer if you don't have one, the Take Your Pick tool's awesome, that kind of thing. So take advantage of that stuff. Also, another thing, if you just purchase a small amount, or a smaller amount, because 50 is still not small, but $50 gets you a pick from the Sale-a-bration choices. So take advantage of that, you guys. If you have things that you need to get, this is a good month to get them. And then the other thing that is awesome during this time, and I'll just, oops, hang on. There we go. I'll just show it. This bag is awesome. And this is only being offered during Sale-a-bration for new demonstrators. Current demonstrators could order it beforehand. We could purchase it before Sale-a-bration began. It cost us $50. My bag cost me $50. But during Sale-a-bration, new demonstrators can add this to their kit for $30. So I want you to know that. Don't miss out on that. If you're somebody that loves Stampin' Up! Products, this is a great time to get the starter kit. $175 worth of product for $99. It's crazy. You get an extra little bonus paper pumpkin kit in there, a past one. The business supplies are free. The shipping is free. It's the same amount that you would spend if you just bought $90 worth of stuff. Really, because 90 plus $9 shipping plus tax. But this is free shipping for $175 worth of stuff. Same price, $99 plus tax. Do it. And those of you that are demonstrators, remember to check your sales amounts or your purchasing amounts and find out if you're reaching any of those little sweet spots, they call them. if you're nearing that $500 mark, or you're above there and you're nearing some other mark, you could be getting free products too based on that. All right, I think I went over everything. If you are not subscribed to my blog, I hope that you will do so, because I share the latest news there, and when the retiring list posts on April 15th, I promise you that I will, yeah, we gotta draw prizes. I promise you that I will post it right away so that you can see it. All right, I'm setting up my computer. We're gonna get the camera set up here so you can see it. Let's see if I can move my little image over. Okay, we gotta draw for prizes. I'm so excited. Let's start with last week's. They get the tropical chic paper. This is the one prize that was not drawn. So pretty. These colors in here are adorable. And of course you saw that card I just shared that I made with it. Oh, there we go. Can you see it? This card here. So tropical chic, beautiful paper. All right, let's do this. Let's take the cat silhouette sympathy card. That's the one that we did last week, right? My head's in the way. I'm gonna bring my computer closer. There we go. Let's copy the link. Bring it into our comment picker. And how many people have a chance of winning? 162 people have a chance of winning this prize. Here we go. I wonder who the lucky winner will be. Yay, yay, yay. And the winner is Donna. Donna Moore. Congratulations. I'm gonna click on your name to make sure I remember to get back to you. Okay, let's go to the current video. So I'm gonna refresh my screen. Anybody who wants to get in on the prize, say something right now. Watching from work, who's saying that? Deborah, don't get in trouble. Okay, here we go. The live broadcast. We're gonna draw or copy the link, bring it into our comment picker, set it in here. Here we go. How many people have commented today? Remember, you get one chance, but that's okay. The more you comment, the more fun and interactive it is anyways. So we have 112 of you live with us today that have commented. Let's press the start button and see who the winner is. And I didn't even tell you what the prizes are. Why do I forget to do that? Oh my gosh. Sandy McManus. Yay. Congratulations, Sandy. All right, so we're going to go back to my desktop because I forgot to share the prizes that you get to pick from, Sandy. So let's set that screen up. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Sandy, what do you get to pick from, you lucky person? Well, you can choose from the product I forgot to share because it's upstairs. It's the Simply Chamois with some metallic assortment sequins. Or you can pick from Sale-a-bration items, and one of them is actually gone. The Parcel Post card kit is gone now, but I have it. So you could choose that, or you could choose the All Adorned stamp set. These are both free picks with a $50 order, you guys. So very fun stuff. So Sandy, you get to choose between those three, and then next week when we have our next broadcast, our next online paper crafting class, the second winner from this broadcast will get to pick from the remaining two. Isn't that fun? Congratulations to all of you guys. I love it. You're all saying congrats to them. Thank you. All right, so next week is April 3rd. This project, this post, normally I post it on Saturday. I'm not going to post it until next Wednesday. And that's because Saturday I have to fit in another post with showing off some celebration stuff because it'll still be celebration. So it's going to be a little late. Sorry. Sandy goes, I love it. Good. You're live with us still. So yeah, pick out what you want, dear. All right. So April 3rd is when I'll broadcast next, and April 3rd is when this will be posted on my blog. But I'll have a whole new thing to show you in my broadcast next week. I can't wait to share. Thank you all for joining me today, you guys. All right. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.